back with another episode of Jerry Rushing Fishing, and y'all, we're fishing somewhere we've never been before. This is the first time that I have ever been on this water. This is the first time you've ever seen any content on this channel from this lake, and we are on a very windy Wright-Patman down at Texarkana, Texas. So BFL Regional starts here in a couple of days. This is my first day of practice. It is Sunday, the 13th, I think, 12th to 13th of October, and considering I've never been here, the first thing that I always like to do whenever I get to a new body of water is get that first fish under my belt. And I know you can see me rocking this. I mean, this lake's shallow, so a little bit of wind makes this thing rough. That's all you can say, is it makes it rough. But again, what I like to do whenever I'm practicing is my very first spot that I start, I like it to be a spot that is high percentage, something I feel like I can catch a fish pretty quick on. And we have a rock spillway right here. I think that I could probably put a spinnerbait on right now, go down these rocks and catch a fish. So let's go ahead and get our first Texas bass out of the way. That was a good hit. There it was. First hit. He was where he's supposed to be too. I don't know what the inch limit is here. I don't know if it's 12 or if it's 15, 14, I don't know. If it's 12, we got to keep her. I wanted to wait till I caught my first one to kind of tell y'all, this is kind of a surreal experience being on this lake, because I had a buddy that lived down in this area several years ago, and he passed away tragically in a car accident. And before he passed away, I know that he was fishing Wright-Patman quite a bit. And I just can't think, can't help but think what it would have been like if he was still alive. And, I was coming here to fish, and he could have given me a lot of pointers before the cutoff date. And I could have even probably stayed with him, for free of charge. And I don't know, it's, like I said, it's a surreal thing to think about, but I don't normally do this, but I think I'll dedicate this tournament to my good buddy Daniel Hogue, who passed away. I think that he would have done the same for me if the shoe would have been on the other foot. So, we're going to try to do well here on his behalf, but on ours too. We want to make sure that we get a chance to go that All-American. It's on Lake Hamilton too, so we want a chance to go to All-American. Somewhere in here. Isolated piece of wood. Isolated piece of wood. Shallow. 14 either though. got 13 and a half. We're gonna put this one on the board just to see. I know he's only 13 and some change, but at least gonna get my eye right. I hadn't done a 14-inch tournament since the Arkansas River. Yep, 13 and a quarter. That was a little fella. That one was a little fella. He was about a 12 and a half, 13 inch. Just a I played the wood. Still ain't caught that old big one yet. Right off the nice light of wood. Oh gosh, that was a good one there. That was a good one there. Yep, that was a better fish. I just said there's supposed to be a fish in that. It was. So we got our first keeper of the day. Yep, we got our first keeper of the day. On a sand flat in the middle of nowhere. One little hook. Alright, so a little over 2 pounder. First and only keeper of the day. He's about a 15 and a half incher. You ain't ripped the lower unit off yet?
I just got here about 7:30.
And you decide you're going in a big creek, be careful.
Which one?
Big creek. First one down here to the right.
Yeah.
Main come gun, dude.
Really?
Better hug the buoy. I got off of him about 8 foot and hit a stump.
Really? Running?
I was about 20 miles an hour. I glanced it.
Okay.
I got lucky.
Yeah, there'll be some stuff tore up down here.
I guarantee you there will. Alright everybody, so here's the deal. It's 1 o'clock. Again, this is Sunday, day 1 practice. To be flat out honest, you know, I wanted today to be more of a just lay eyes on the lake kind of day. I didn't really think I'd figure much out, but I did learn something today. I learned that these fish really relate to very small isolated pieces of wood. whether it's in dirt shallow or a little bit deeper. A little bit deeper meaning 4 to 5 foot. So I'm commuting back and forth this week. So I'm about to go drop the boat off. Some good friends of Tracy and I's allowing me to leave the boat at their place in Texarkana. So we're gonna go drop the boat off, put it on a charger, and then I'm driving home. And then I'll turn around and get up early and come all the way back here again. It's only about a little over 2 hours for me, so it's not a life or death situation. And driving 2 hours isn't much of anything for me anymore. But I hope y'all enjoyed this. Well, hopefully tomorrow we have something a little bit new. We stayed on the upper end today. I mean, the ramp's right there. I can see the ramp. Where I caught them fish was dang near right across from the spillway. So I'd say, fished the upper end really well today, saw what we need to see. Tomorrow we're going to stay kind of mid-lake down to Kelly Creek. And then the next 2 days, we're going to try to put together a bite that we don't think anybody else has. Might mean getting a 9-foot running crankbait and going out there and the flats there in Big Creek and beating the heck out of the stumps. Who knows? But tomorrow we're going to lay eyes on mid-lake. So y'all follow along. Hope y'all enjoyed this. Do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, and like always, y'all keep chunking. Boy, let me show y'all here. So I think I'm going to include that clip in there where I ended up accidentally bumping a stump in the boat lane. Look at the skeg. A little crooked, but lower unit's fine, prop's fine. So if we just got a bent skeg, then we're better than a lot of people, man. So yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all hit that sub button.